Hello my beautiful friends, it's Lisa here from Arcaneandstellar. I want to welcome you to my channel for this timeless pick a card reading. We are going to be looking at the month ahead. So predictions, things you need to know, what's your vibe, what to look out for, all that good stuff. So with that being said, we have 4 different groups to choose from as typical. And I want you to choose one of these 4 groups according to your intuition. Let your heart, lead you to the right one. Once you find the right group, then of course, take a moment, go up to the description box and you will find that timestamp so you can get straight to your message and you don't have to listen to somebody else's. So with that being said, I do want to say a big thank you again. Thank you to the top deck that you see is sponsored by Teresa. She sent me this birthday gift. Oops. And she sent me this book, Divine Rivals. Oh my god, I can't wait to read this. And Ask Your Guides Oracle cards. So that's going to be that deck that you see on the top. And then I also want to say thank you to Victoria, who got me the Dream Ritual Oracle cards, which you'll also see in this particular reading as well. I just can't reach. I can't reach the box. It's out of reach. But anyway, thank you so much, ladies, for thinking of me and going on my wish list. It's always much appreciated. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And yep, okay, let's go. Hello, my friends. If you've chosen group number 1, this is going to be a reading for the month ahead. Timeless, of course. So again, it's not related to a certain time frame whenever you come across this, okay? So you've got here this beautiful flower, and let's go ahead and get started and look at your cards. So we've got patience here, mouse, noticing, abundance, boredom, teacher guides, the 7 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords. We're also going to get some tea cards, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started reading a little bit here. So these 2 tarot cards down here are going to be your vibe throughout the month. Now, the 7 of Swords, you can see here that the fox has gotten in the hen house. And sometimes this can talk about mistakes being inevitable. And oftentimes, the most respectful thing to do in a situation is just to own up to them. If you've made mistakes, if you're not where you want to be in your life, or maybe if you've skirted past responsibilities, or maybe not taken maybe you've taken the easy way out sometimes. And for some of you, this doesn't relate to you and all of that. But I feel like in some way, if you were to step back a little bit, especially with the 8 of Swords, she's all tangled up in barbed wire, and oftentimes we get in this situation and we don't even know what to do. We don't know how to proceed. But you can see with the 8 of Swords, it's not a time to be impatient. It's a time to kind of think it through and get out slowly. And so I guess one of the things I'm going to say to you is definitely, I would say, avoid getting yourself in a mess by avoiding responsibility or taking, credit for something that you need to take credit for. I guess you could say. You can't hide from the truth. And when you don't take responsibility for things, the chickens will come home to roost, in a sense. And when this card shows up, watch out for devious and also dishonest people. If your own actions have been less than honorable, be prepared to face the music. And like I said, especially if you've not been facing up to something. And by the way, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to say that you're bad or that you've lied or stolen or been naughty in that sense. But sometimes it's like we may be avoiding something, or maybe we're trying to get past something the easy way. Anyway, there are moments, I'm sure I've done it many times, and I'm sure everyone will come to those moments where, maybe they want to avoid problems. But yeah, with the 8 of Swords though, this can talk about before you even know or have clarity about a situation, forcing situations. And the one thing I am kind of seeing overall here, just as a vibe, even among the other cards, it's like not jumping to conclusions about things too. Because the 7 of Swords also can represent other people in our life that we may think are liars, dishonest, sneaky, etc. I would say one of the big things for you this month is not to make hasty changes. Especially if you don't trust the situation or whatever, let it play out a little bit. You don't have to get involved, but just kind of step back and see how things go. When you feel trapped by a situation, forcing solutions before you have clarity only makes things seem more hopeless. Instead of struggling against circumstances, take a moment to step back and get a clearer perspective. And And sometimes inaction's the best step, you know, and that's one of the things I want to say is like, for the month ahead for you guys, is like, for some reason, I think inaction on certain things may be the best step forward. So it's like, if say you want to say something to somebody, say you want to call somebody out for something, maybe the best thing is just not to, you know, and maybe it'll make it worse for some reason, or maybe it's not really going to help. Now, that's like the most challenging thing I see so far. We're going to get some T cards and stuff, but we have the card of abundance. So this can actually be an indication of increased resources for you. So you may find that financially you're doing better. Situations could be turning into a positive outcome or staying that way. And if you are looking for an answer, it's yes. As an addition, so there can be an addition to your family or your circle of friends, or even a new facet of life could be coming along shortly. Luck is also on your side at the moment. Make very sure you share any good fortune that comes your way, and be careful of overindulgence, obsession, pipe dreaming, and waste. Okay, so yeah, be careful of waste and things like that. But overall, actually, you might find that some things are coming in for you that are pretty good, right? Now, we have boredom here with the teacher guides. So this is actually interesting because this whole book is based on Ask Your Guides. And so, you know, there are different types of guides. There's, you know, teacher guides in this case, but there are also other ones like runners and things like that. With boredom, it says that life is relatively stable and calm now, and you've achieved a certain degree of predictability and comfort on a day-to-day basis. However, something is lacking in the way of your deeper fulfillment. Your teacher guides gather in response to this emptiness. They gently remind you that there's more to your soul than you are presently expressing. They are calling upon you to share more of yourself with the world and let your hidden or forgotten talents come forward. That's funny too, in terms of like, I feel like for some of you, it's like you want to be noticed, but you're not stepping out there enough. And I feel like this relates to it. This whole thing and what I was saying with the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords, I kind of wonder if it's like you're sort of not doing what needs to be done in regards to getting yourself out there or improving your life in some way. It's almost like maybe you're afraid to express yourself or something. But anyway, let's keep going. Trust these beautiful guides as they lovingly urge you to set aside your reservations and unearth and express your hidden gifts. They wisely counsel you that any restlessness, emptiness, and boredom you feel isn't the result of something wrong in your life, but rather is a reminder that there is more of you to express. Let me see. Sorry, my throat is being a little bit goofy. It says your teacher guides invite you to take advantage of your present peace and use your good fortune to explore your deeper spiritual and creative callings. For example, start a meditation group, enroll in a filmmaking class, learn Reiki, begin writing, or maybe even teach a class for others. Stretch and ask more of yourself and give more of yourself to others. So their biggest message here, it says, dig deeper. There's more of you to uncover, express, and share. I almost wonder if there's a part of you that you're not expressing, that your spirit guides are really wanting you to express. And that's what I feel like this is more related to, rather than maybe for a few of you, of course, it may be that there are those situations that I mentioned where maybe there's an avoidance or something. And I would say, if you have been dishonest and somebody confronts you about it, don't overreact right away and don't yell no or get defensive because it might not go well in your favor. But I mean, generally for most of you, I don't feel like that's going to be the case. So you would know it too, by the way. Don't sit here and worry about something that isn't going to happen. That you're like, wait, what? I don't even see that happening. How's that going to happen? I'm so scared. Yeah, then it's not for you. Okay, now I want to read about patience, because that's another message here. Oh, there, I just saw it. It just went away. There we go. Patience. Perseverance, review, recognize, connect, and learn. So, when the moon is in her waxing phase, the gradual movement of each night toward her full moon revelation can sometimes feel as if it's taking forever, but progress is being made slowly and steadily. The dream ritual reminds you that when it comes to your dream work, patience and timing are key. Good things come to those dreamers who persist and endure and trust the bigger picture of their dreams. So that's beautiful, because I do feel like it is kind of trying to keep you on a path with something as well, knowing that yes, maybe you don't always see the rewards right away, or maybe something isn't happening right away, but there is the promise that it eventually will pay off, or that your actions are going to be noticed. And now, speaking of noticing, we've got the mouse. It says, in your childhood, you likely showed interest in the dewdrop dresses on morning flowers and fancied the hats that live on the top of acorns. What holds your attention right now? Mouse has the gift of noticing and honoring all the little things, especially the details. Mouse notices all and is able to honor the small things. With his twitching pink nose and big ears, Mouse encourages your little one to know it's safe to slow down, to notice, to listen deeply, to pay attention to the details that might be slipping your awareness. Somewhere in the minutiae of life is a remarkable gift that your sweet child knows well. Once upon a time is really here and now. It's time to live that real life fairy tale. So this is about stopping to notice the details. And I think that's something that would really do you well in the month ahead. And maybe you guys are going to be in that mode. Sometimes it's like we work and we avoid. You know what I mean? I'm actually the queen of that, of doing this Seven of Swords stuff. It's like I work, and then I wonder why I'm bored because I'm not giving like any time for my other desires. You know what I mean? My hobbies or my family, etc. I'll be like, blah, blah, blah. I'll just be all over it. So yeah, as much as you can, slow down and just, try to admire, like get out and about and do things. Again, even with boredom, try to alleviate that through taking actions. Okay, so May, or the next month ahead, of course, timeless. I'm thinking of May, I guess. Whoops. Rooster, arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. We have December showing up here too. Okay. So if something's not coming through, we have wish will not be granted. And it may feel like there isn't something there's something that's not happening for you in May. But I want you to know that there is guaranteed success. And that's one of the things I kind of picked up here in this reading is that, if something's not manifesting, don't panic. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Like, think about it. I don't know if you guys have ever been in barbed wire. I grew up on a ranch, and so yes, many times. And it's like, the more you would struggle through a situation like this, the more you're going to get torn up from the, spikes on there. And it's almost like, like how sometimes you're trying to get through a tricky situation, and then you try to do something fast, and then it's like you get hurt worse. Have you ever seen an animal, like, I don't know if you've ever seen an animal in a situation that starts flipping out, and it kind of similarly in that sense. So I feel like that's one of the things is like, don't freak out. Don't try to overreact to something. Just like work through it quietly, patiently, and know that success is going to be yours. So like I said, say you're trying to move out and you want to buy a house, or I don't know, maybe you want to rent a new place and nothing's like working. Don't freak out and then apply for something you hate, as an example. In this sort of fit of, what I mean? I would say take it slow and patiently, and know that success will be yours, that you will find what you need. And again, this could apply across the realms of different areas of your life, depending on who's watching, and what you're currently going through. But it's like, it feels like something's not happening, but yes, but it's going to happen. So don't worry, even if it doesn't happen this month. December, of course, is here, so it could happen later in the year, or it might be a little bit farther off. That's not to say that if you have an emergency that you can't get help in the meantime. Like, say, okay, sometimes it's like, that's nice, Lisa, but I have to do something. You know what I mean? Like, I have to make a decision yesterday. And that's different, of course. If you have that kind of situation, I would still say to kind of take it patiently. Don't do anything rash or impulsive, especially if it's coming from a place of anger or even avoidance or anything like that, okay? With Rooster here, we have an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. That's interesting. So you may have to have patience with somebody in the month ahead because, you should not cross them. So one of the things I would say too is if you do feel like somebody is being kind of a sly jerk, especially with the Seven of Swords here, this could be avoiding them, and not getting tangled up in their BS as well. So keep that in mind. And notice also, I think even with noticing the red flags of something or somebody, because look, it fell over that mouse. And so that's something, it's almost like you're going to have the hint of who not to bother with. It's like, and you know to stay away. Kind of like the mice. They're pretty smart and they're observant. With a kangaroo, it says unsettled times, need to plan ahead. And again, this may be also, you may be planning for something or thinking ahead in some way. If you feel prone to save or you're feeling drawn to do that, definitely do it. Especially with abundance. I feel like you're having money come in, or there's some sort of something good happening in that regard. And it's like, of course, you know, you always want to make sure that you're saving for things, or like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that something bad will happen, but again, maybe you'll have some foresight to things that you need to be prepared for. Okay. We also have excitement. So again, there might be excitement happening. I don't think you're going to be fully bored and this is just terrible and everything's shit. Don't worry. And I'm going to get some blessing cards too. I just feel like, you know, there's some things that your spirit guides want to warn you about. And again, the reason why these readings can be so helpful is because when we have insight about something, we're able to better prepare. Okay. And you know what I mean? It's kind of like, why do people read their horoscopes then? You know what I mean? Because they want to know, well, okay, the energy today is tense. So I know that I may feel tense. Others might feel tense. And I can therefore act accordingly. I can be more patient. Or I could just like if you know you're going to a family event and you don't like get along with anyone, but you know that the day is going to be like a horrible, astrologically, it's just terrible. Then you know, maybe you're like, well, I might skip this one and say I'm sick. So I just don't get involved in drama. You know what I mean? Like that's how I look at these readings. So I want you to look at them the same in a sense, because it's like, it's about getting, and again, reassurance. When you know something's not happening for you, then at least you have that reassurance that, hey, there will be success here. You're not screwed. Okay, so blessings coming for group number 1 over the month ahead. Favor. You'll receive a favor. Oh, energy, your motivation's high. Yeah, you might feel excitement actually about something. And your spirit guides could be trying to get you out of boredom. Energy, your motivation's high. Yep, that's what it makes me think of. Like when you're excited about something, you've got a lot of energy, you've got a lot to get done. And when you're feeling like really on fire about something. But again, with the patience and everything too, it's like you don't want to do everything too quickly before you're ready. And then we have friendship. A friendship blossoms. And again, maybe too with friendship, maybe you're getting to know somebody and you're like worried, you're cautious because maybe you've been hurt in the past and you're like, I don't know if I trust friends. Okay. Favor. You'll receive a favor. So somebody is going to do something for you as well. So something kind, and that's a nice little thing to look forward to as well. So with that being said, that is going to be your reading. I do hope you found it helpful, and I hope that the next month ahead for you is going to be great, okay? Take care and lots of love. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 2, let's see what's up for you in the month ahead. From the time you watch this, of course, it's timeless. So you got the teacups there. So cute. So we've got here, observe, seal, balance. Isn't she a cutie? It's so cute. Okay, we've got expansion. Feel like you're rocking and rolling. Perseverance, the joy guides. We've also got the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Wands. So your vibes are actually shown here in the tarot, down below. And this is a pretty good omen, I think, for being ready for anything. The Page of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune both make me think of like the energy of movement and just getting things done. There could be some excitement as well involved in the month. You might feel like things are, maybe you're a little bit more optimistic as well. And oftentimes when the Wheel of Fortune appears, you can have a turn of events that really shift your fortune. You could have external factors really affecting your life. And the big thing about it, I want to tell you, is that like, stay active and stay kind of proactive towards things. Because oftentimes it's like, this is where things are like, come through for you, and it's like, you got to jump on the opportunity. Sometimes with the Wheel of Fortune, you want to make sure you take advantage of situations. Oftentimes, this is really about feeling like you've reached a turning point and that you're ready for expansion. And again, the Page of Wands can show that you're feeling a bit excited about something. Oftentimes this is courage, confidence, creative expression coming through. And oftentimes you may be moving out of your comfort zone, taking chances, blazing your own trail. Some of you might be hiking or getting outdoors a lot, of course. But yeah, even that eagle there, it's like swooping down on something. And it's funny with observe. It's like looking at things. So one of the things I just want to really say to you guys about your month ahead is that being observant and then knowing when to act is going to be a huge thing, because it's like there may be openings this month for opportunities and things to come through. And it's like you just need to be kind of getting your eye on it like the eagle. Keep your eye on it and know when to swoop in. With that observe card, of course, too. Let me pull that one up. I'm going to read the message here. Thank you, Victoria, for this deck. Observe. Where are you at? These ones are in a certain order, and I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay. Listen, watch, take note, experience, appreciate. Lunar power during the dark and new moon phase mirrors the liminal, not fully awake or sleep state, in that the moon is both seen and unseen. It's a perfect time to watch and patiently wait for impressions to bubble to the surface and lead you gently toward the wildly wonderful mysteries the union of your conscious and unconscious mind can conjure up for you. Beautiful. So that's interesting. So basically, yeah, listening, watching, taking note, experiencing, and appreciating are going to be big for you. And let's see here. We've also got, let me see, where is my thing? Oh, there it is. That seal, balance. So I wanted to kind of go through that one as well. This says, sweet seal spirit uses his whisker to delight your heart and tickle your fancy. His flippers beckon you to His flippers beckon you out to swim the watery depths of consciousness. He needs both dry earth to rest and play and deep ocean to swim and feed. In the same time, you need balance in your habitat. The little one inside of you needs to be encouraged in the natural rhythms of their body rather than the ones enforced by society. That reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune in some sense, though, because that is about rhythm. You know what I mean? It goes, the mill is just, the wheel is just going. And so this might be about listening to natural rhythms of your body rather than what's enforced upon you by society. So that's interesting. The little one inside of you needs to honor their times of play, rest, and creativity, as well as the productive, practical dedication to survival. Are you out of balance? Are you drowning in your own unshed tears? Is your soul skin dried out from too much practicality and not enough play? Let the snail nuzzle your little one into balance today. So this is about, yeah, making time for everything, I feel. And then we've got expansion. This card, expansion, which is number 20. There is an opportunity for development and even the end of challenges that may have been difficult. It's time to look for a new direction or to examine more closely any possibilities that have presented themselves to you. Change is coming, but it may be more demanding than you anticipate until you get your bearings. There may be a betrayal that is very hard to accept. It may actually come as a shock. If you've been suffering in any way from any challenge, this is a reminder to stop stewing in your anger, sadness, or grief, and that now is the time to move on. So that's an interesting message. I do feel, of course, that, you know, if it's time to move on, it's time to move on. And maybe for some of you, if you felt that energy where you felt betrayed or that you felt shocked by somebody in the, you know, in the recent past, I feel like you'll know about this. It's not something that will pop up for you. I think this is a month, honestly, where you would move forward from it. So it's kind of like, okay, I guess that's what it is, and I'm ready to move on. And so there may be a sense of acceptance and balance that you're finding in this month, especially for those of you that have experienced something of that nature. Again, I think that you may be trying out new directions. And also, of course, if there are any, there's some sort of change coming. So that's a good thing. And I think it's positive for you. We've also got that perseverance. And this is the joy guide. So we have different types of guides. And in particular, a joy guide comes through for you. So this can talk about study, practice, reevaluation, and review. Your joy guides ask you not to give up, even if you don't see the results from your efforts. You are here to learn to successfully create the life that you want. You are facing a steeper learning curve right now and are encouraged to persevere. Go slow and don't judge yourself. Some things take more time and effort than you originally imagined. You may make some mistakes as well. It's all part of the creative learning experience. Success will eventually come if you keep at it. Study your situation with curiosity and consideration. Question why one choice worked when another did not. Be attentive and thorough in your observations. Funny, observe is here. So there's something here about observing. Appreciate your successful creations and seek to understand what contributed to these successes. You did something right in bringing about these positive experiences of your life. What was it? By the same token, study your lesson rewarding outcomes with eagle curiosity. Examine where you made mistakes so that you can avoid repeating them in the future. Your joy guides encourage you to ask for their help in removing the blocks and blind spots that keep you from attracting what you want in life. Consider your unsuccessful creations as rough drafts and continue trying. Keep your spirits up. You will turn things around soon and succeed where you are presently falling short. Your joy guide's message to you this month is don't give up. That's beautiful. So don't give up when it comes to happiness and expansion. So what's happening in the month ahead? Let's get some T cards. Grasshopper. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. That's funny, I just put on the balance card. There we go. Keeping yourself in balance, I think that's a huge thing for you in the month. You know, you want to make sure that you're stoking the right fire. We have passionate love or hate. Try to stoke love. Try not to stoke hate. If someone's pissing you off, or if a situation's really just eating you up, look for other opportunities, okay? Because there are opportunities waiting for you, and I feel like there are doors present in May, or in the month ahead, sorry, depending on when you're watching this, of course. And I want you to look for those doors and open them. Especially if you are focused on something that's happened that's just been eating you up, like I said. You are very highly thought of by somebody. You may receive some compliments this month as well. September's here. Oh my goodness. There's some financial stuff here for you. Okay? In your periphery, like somewhere around you, we have money path. So path of money is waiting for you to find it. So I'm going to tell you that the opportunities, the expansion opportunities that are coming toward you, they're money related. They're somehow related to career. This could be that there's a job opportunity that pops up. This could be the idea for business expansion. This could be the opportunity to get somewhere or to improve on your financial conditions, okay? Again, maybe if you're looking to do something, maybe there's a path that will help you get the money to do it. Like, for instance, scholarships or grants. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, with my car, I bought a new car last year, and what was funny is that my car got rear-ended last year, and then I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that was a whole thing. I'm not going to tell you all about it, but what happened is that I did this spell candle, and I was like, and anyway, it turned out that right after that candle, I found out about this grant sort of for getting an EV. Anyways, I ended up getting an EV for super cheap, okay? And I was able to trade in my old car that got hit, and they gave me $6,000 off the price right off the bat just because I gave them my old car. And anyways, it ended up being a cool thing. So look for things, you know what I mean? I'm not just saying jobs. Sometimes there are other money paths, dreaming that you can get money for other things. Maybe it's again for down payment assistance, or maybe it's for what I said. You have to be in Colorado, by the way, for that one. So if you're in Colorado and you want to buy an EV, you can always ask me and I'll help you tell you how to do it. But anyway, Cup. You should accept valid criticism. Okay, so this one's always a stinker. Sometimes people say things to us and we just get all up in our feelings about it. You know what I mean? We may get defensive. It's okay. I've done it before. But I remember once where this card was really relevant to me, and it was everyone was bitching at me because I was on my phone too much. And then I kind of thought about it one day, and I was like, yeah, I do kind of get on my phone too much and just mindlessly scroll. And they actually want to spend time with me. They want my attention. They want me to look at them, not my phone. So what am I doing? You know what I mean? And so it was just a kind of a realization for me. That was it was a few years back, but I've been more mindful since, and I try to be mindful about that. And in your life, there may be something where, there can be some sort of improvement. There might be some criticism. It's something that feels like criticism, but it's just actually something that will really help you if you would actually let it absorb it. If you absorbed it a little bit and you're like, okay, I can see where they're coming from. It doesn't have to mean it's 100% always accurate, but maybe there's something to it that you can really adapt and bring into your life, and it will be helpful. The other thing, too, about your being highly thought of, that's the thing. I feel like the person who brings a criticism, actually thinks highly of you. They're not doing it to put you down. They're actually trying to help you. So keep that in mind. If you feel like somebody's criticizing you in the month ahead, understand that they're actually probably coming from a good place. And again, maybe they just want to help you, or they're looking to improve you in some way, or like, you know what I mean? Because they feel like the best for you, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Anyway, I shouldn't say it, you know what I mean, because someone made this nasty comment to me about it, and I felt so insecure about saying it because she was like, you know what I mean now. Anyways, I'm trying to avoid it, but sometimes it's just like such a filler word for me, I guess, or a filler phrase. But yeah, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Again, like I said, in that regard, try to channel into the passionate love. If you feel like you're hating on something or you're just on fire about something, especially past stuff, try to move forward. You know, I know that sometimes we can't let go of things very easily, especially if it seems to keep cropping up in our lives. Maybe we see that person or that situation comes back around again. But as much as possible, try to put yourself in the path of new opportunities. And just, you know what I mean, try to avoid that energy. Okay, we have apology. A sincere apology is coming. So someone actually might be sincerely apologizing to you in the month ahead. We've also got winner. The odds are in your favor. We also have got information, knowledge is coming, as well as confession. Someone's confessing something to you. Ooh, so you might have a confession of something. It's funny with your highly thought of. But my candle did something weird when I said that. That was weird. But anyways, with confession and someone thinks highly of you, again, maybe someone's going to actually confess that something that you didn't know. You know, at my job, I actually found out that one of the ladies I work with, she had wanted me, I thought that she just like didn't care because we were supposed to work together, and then this whole thing happened. It's a long story, but she like told me that she was so disappointed when they wouldn't let me work with her or whatever, and they took back the offer or whatever and like blocked it. And I had no idea. You know what I mean? So sometimes you find out things and you're like, well, I didn't even know they liked me that much, you know, or that they cared. Didn't think it was that big of a deal, you know. So you may find out something nice about you, you know. Anyway, information, knowledge is coming. So some sort of knowledge might come your way as well, especially with opportunities, I feel. With winner, the odds are in your favor. You may win something. So put yourself in the energy to win. If you can enter sweepstakes, giveaways, lottery, I don't know, whatever you can, put yourself out there to win it. Competitions, you know what I mean? All those type of things. And again, an apology could come your way as well. So someone could try to make amends with you. Oh, my candle's boiling. It's bubbling. Oh, how funny. So maybe it's like something's finally coming to a boil or something with somebody and they're going to apologize. Maybe it's about something that was really boiling you, you know, where you're feeling... Anyway, I hope that this reading was helpful, and I hope that the month ahead is amazing for you, okay? Take care and lots of love. Hello, my beautiful friends. So if you chose group number 3, this is your reading. So let's see what the month ahead has in store for you. So you're choosing this beautiful image of a rose. We've got gratitude. We've got the raven with clarity, progress, your energy this month. Oh, nice. We have the sun and the ace of wands. And we have clearing here, helper guides. So your helper guides are going to be really prevalent in your life for the month ahead. Trying to help give you clarity about something for sure. So I feel like you're going to have a lot to be grateful for in the month ahead. I feel like things are happening for you. Things that, you know, make you feel like there's a lot to be grateful for. The sun, of course, is a very good omen of good energy, of feeling warmth. And again, maybe you're just enjoying the weather changes. As an example, especially for those in the northern hemisphere where things are warming up. Obviously, this is a timeless reading, so it doesn't have to necessarily be that you'll be watching it during this time. But of course, you can be kind of beaming with energy, exuberance. This is a really positive card, okay? Everything that you've done has brought you to this glorious moment. And I feel like you're progressing in something. Like you feel like that there's life progress, that you've got something that came to you. It's like you've worked for something and you're getting something out of it. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. So this is a time to really recognize and celebrate all of your accomplishments as well. And we get that too with gratitude. Thinking about how far you've come and just how grateful you are for the things that you do have. It's so funny. I was just speaking. I took a break between group number 2 and 3, and I was speaking to my husband. And for some reason, I don't know why, but I brought up the how we used to have, like, oh man, this is years ago, maybe 15, no, even more than that. Maybe it was like 17, 16 years ago. And we lived in this tiny apartment, and we didn't even have a real stove or oven. I had this like little burner thing on the top, and it didn't work right. And I had to cook everything on it. And I would even cook for, like, I did catering for a school, so I would cook for a lot of kids anyways. But yeah, it was just funny to think about how far ahead we've become, we've gotten. And it's so funny, at the time I didn't think it was bad. I thought everything was great. And, it's just like sometimes we can just look back and feel gratitude for how far we've come and just being really happy for the present moment we're in. And anyway, but yeah, this can be a time to recognize and celebrate all of your accomplishments. All the times when you could have doubted yourself, you instead listen to the promise of greatness from within. And this card can really put a spotlight on you and everything that you have going for you, your health, your vigor, confidence, insight, enthusiasm. It's time to dance to a joyful new song, soak up the abundance that has been rightly bestowed upon you. So this is like celebration in a sense. And of course, we've got the Ace of Wands as well, which can show that you're in a mood of excitement. You may feel like there are things happening for you, and there might be a lot of distractions, but in a good sense. It's like where you have things it's like you just have all these things going on for you. And even look at the little kitty cat. It feels like it's on top of the world there on the fence. And you can really let yourself take in the energy, excitement around you. And of course, this can reap rewards, especially. And also, it says, like the kitten you have inside you, unlimited potential. You have only to release your power through bold acts of self-expression, channel your confidence, direct your enthusiasm, and seize opportunities to expand your life experiences. Believe in yourself and you will bloom brightly. So this is interesting because I feel like being confident, it's a huge thing for you this month. You want to be confident and just believe in yourself and take opportunities, okay? Now we have also the Raven, clarity. Life gets murky, it just does. Raven is here to help you gain clarity. The shape-shifting shamans understand that no matter what we view with our eyes, it is never a completely clear picture. We must rely on all kinds of seeing for clarity, not just a physical sense. This is where Raven is your little one's best friend in times of confusion, doubt, or overwhelm. The way that your psyche occupies the world out there as a personality and the world in here as a soul, so too does Raven move from one dimension to another with equal presence. Being gifted with that kind of sight will help you navigate murky circumstances. As the poet once said, do you have the patience to wait until the mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself? The master doesn't seek fulfillment. Not seeking, not expecting, she is present and can welcome all things. And I feel like you're ready for anything. It's like you're ready for anything. And the other thing too, of course, with clarity is allowing for yourself. See, I think of the Ace of Wands as like very intuitive. And think about a kitten. It lives by instinct. And instinct is very intuitive. That really is an important factor. Fire signs in particular tend to have this sort of instinctive kind of intuition. And I think you're going to be full of that in the month ahead. So pay attention to your intuitive feelings and like impulses, especially like to do things, to create, to manifest something. Okay. Now we've also got progress, number 29, and it says it's time for you to take responsibility. It may also be a period of hard work. Dedication is needed at the moment, or an increase in your commitment. You are being told that you're on the right path and doing things the right way. Go with a tried and tested way rather than changing plans or approaches. Be careful with promises and commitments you might be asked to make at the moment, and be sure that you can keep them. Yeah, of course, with the Ace of Wands, you might be like ready to say that we'll do something because we're excited. Make sure you can follow through, okay? Now, of course, here, also it says make sure you complete any tasks or assignments that you were involved with. Because of all the excitement and everything, too, of your energy, you may find that like it's easy to get distracted. You might see something like, you see like the butterfly, it's like, ooh, I'm going to go after that. As soon as the kitten sees it, it's probably going to be hopping off that fence post and going after the butterfly. So just as a heads up, keep your eyes on the task at hand and try to follow through. So we've also got clearing with your helper guides. And like I said, so your helper guides, there are many different types of spirit guides, and your helper guides are going to be the ones that are very present for you in the month ahead. So choice, reflection, decisions, and commitment. So again, commitment comes through, staying committed and finishing something out. And maybe for some of you, you're going to start a project and you're actually going to finish it this month. Or maybe you'll try to pick up old projects and finish them. Maybe the excitement comes back and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to finally finish this. So for every new ambition, relationship, or opportunity you seek at this time, there's something that must be eliminated to make way for this new experience. Current routines, habits, people, or commitments must be released so that you can open to new energies coming in. Your helper guides are present, urging you to identify what must go. Be honest and objective, and do not hold on to what no longer serves you. Be realistic and thoughtful in clearing the way for the new to enter. You will move towards success by discarding everything that does not align with you and who you're becoming today. Even though the universe supports your heart's desire, you cannot bypass the work necessary to bring these desires and dreams into manifestation. For example, if you want to become healthier and more agile, stand, stretch, and do yoga instead of sitting all day. Oh my goodness, yeah, I need to hear that one. If you want to work for yourself, stop procrastinating or oversleeping and get up with the early light of the morning and start your day. If you want to attract new, more uplifting relationships, let go of past heartbreaks and disappointments and invite the new, better suited people into your life. To reach for something greater, first let go of what's in your hand. So that's funny too, because in a sense with the Ace of Wands here, it's like a fresh start. And maybe you're going to have the clarity of what needs to be rearranged so that you can actually do that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to do something a little bit different for your group. Where's their energy this month? Which, astrologically? Oh my goodness, we've got Mars in Sagittarius. So of course Mars in Sagittarius is going to be a little bit more powerful because of course Mars is in a fire sign. But Mars in Sagittarius, well, you might feel like Sagittarius is enthusiastic. So you might be very action oriented this month. You might be really, but of course with Sagittarius is a mutable sign and oftentimes can be a little bit experimental. And again, maybe it's like you pick things up and you got to make sure you follow through with them. Okay. You may be more prone to get in philosophical debates as well, or be driven because of your belief systems as well. Okay, so let's get some tea cards. Parrot, someone will gossip about all your secrets. Be careful. Be careful about that. Sometimes you want to make sure. I've seen this come out in my 6-month readings in a more, I would say, innocent way, but just because I've seen it where people might just say something and they might repeat what you said and you're like, wait, I didn't want other people to know that, but you didn't tell that person. Like, don't tell anybody. They might not know it's a secret, so just be careful, okay? Okay, let's see here. We've got Parrot. So someone will gossip about all your secrets. Like I said, I want to say that just be careful with who you tell things to. You know what I mean? We have the bouquet here and the book. Interesting. The bouquet and the book. It's like beautiful information, beautiful knowledge. The bouquet, of course, can mention somebody beautiful specifically. So this also could be about romance, like romance secrets or something like that. If you have any romantic secrets, be careful. Somebody could say something. Okay, if it's something you're worried about, okay? I don't think, with the bouquet and the book, I don't really feel like it's going to be a detrimental thing for most of you. I actually feel like your secret could be pretty benign. It's more of like, maybe you just don't want people to know about it, or maybe it's like you don't want people to jinx it, or, you know, maybe you haven't fully made the decision, but you're just talking about it still. And you're like, wait, I didn't want people to know that because I don't even know how far I'm going with this. You know what I mean? Okay. Moon, changes in your life. So again, there can be changes in your life. You might find the moon is a little bit more prominent for you in the month ahead as well. Maybe the full moons, new moons, etc. could be touching things in your chart and all of that. We also have eye, psychic ability, trust your intuition. You got that already, by the way. Clarity and trusting your intuition. So yes, definitely trust your intuition as well. We have you should accept valid criticism. This actually came out for one of the other groups as well. And to me, it's like somebody may say something to us, but it's actually to help us progress. It's actually to help us get clarity on a situation. And I feel like there's something actually that really can come out of what feels like criticism. You might be able to really garner some sort of information that will really help you move forward and live a better life or make a better decision. Okay, so keep that in mind. Try not to take what people say if they give you advice or try to share some sort of wisdom with you. Try not to think of it as a criticism. It's not. Okay? Even if it may come off like that, just make sure you step back and realize maybe you're being sensitive about it and maybe that's not what they meant. A lot of times I think when we're online and stuff like that too, we read people's tones in our own words, like in our own, we read their, opposite. We read their words in our own tone, in our perception of the situation. So if we think that they're pissed, we'll read it as they're pissed. Or, you know what I mean? So just try to step back and read it clearly and understand the situation clearly. Like I said, there could be some valid criticism, but there's something to work around. Okay? So with the wall here, we have misunderstanding. And then fear, worries, tense situations. So there may be something that's really worrying you in the month ahead. And the thing about it is I think all will be revealed and there will be clarity around the situation. But it's like you're misunderstanding something. And you may be more prone, like I said, this can be with friendship or friendliness. Maybe. Oh, yeah, look at this. Oh, this could be in a romantic situation even. We have dog heart and sensual lily. So this is interesting. Some of you may have a romantic situation in your life where you're really coming to some sort of misunderstanding with somebody else. Maybe you're not seeing the situation clearly. With the moon there too, you may feel more emotional at times. And it's like perhaps you're like worried about this. But I feel like whatever you're worried about with the person, it could be actually a misunderstanding. So be really careful of misunderstandings in your romantic relationships. For some of you, this could be friendship, okay? But the romantic heart card did come up and the sensual lily. So this might be lovers as well, or people that you're kind of crushing on or whatever. Again, I don't feel like the month is very challenging so I think it will be a minor thing, but it might be that you're worried about it for some reason, but it's not really something to be worried about. Okay, so hold on. Blessings coming their way in the month ahead. Ooh, we have compliment. Somebody shows their admiration for you. Ooh, we've also got favor. You'll receive a favor. And we also have a friendship blossoms. So there might be a nice friendship with you that's manifesting and blossoming in the month ahead. Again, you may receive a favor from somebody. Somebody might do you, a kind gesture. And as well, we have compliment. So I feel like someone's saying something to you that lifts your day up, that makes you feel confident, makes you feel seen even, especially with the sun. It might feel like, wow, I'm shining. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing for the month ahead. I really do hope that this reading was insightful and helpful for you. I hope it helps you navigate your month ahead, and I wish you the very, 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 very best, okay? Lots of good health, happiness, fun times, etc. So I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful friends. If you chose group number 4, this is going to be your reading for the month ahead. You've chosen the mushrooms. Nice choice. So let's see what's in store. We've got flow here. Fox discernment. We have clarity. Open. Let's see. We've also got leap of faith, guardian angel. And we've got here the 2 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay, I like this. So, first of all, your guardian angels can be very present in your experiences over the next month. So I feel like your guardian angels really, really, really watching out for you. Okay? Now, we've also got 2 of these cards, clarity and open. I feel like something's going to be revealed to you in the month ahead. It's like some sort of information's coming through for you. Now, the Two of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles are the energy that you're in. And so the Two of Cups, I want to say that your relationship should be pretty harmonious. You may be connecting to others in a very positive way over the next month, and your relationships could have a great impact on you. This is really good because this can talk about choosing a path of commitment. This also can talk about, deep friendships, helpmates, people coming through to you. This card also encourages you to seek out and develop special connections with people who share and support your vision. Cherish that rare friendship that grows stronger through challenges and blossoms over lifetimes. And so, yeah, I feel like there's some sort of it's like you're really getting along well with people. And especially like, if you work in customer service or you work with other people, you may find that your relationships are pretty positive. Like you're somehow connecting well with other people, especially like at work. The Eight of Pentacles is there, of course, so makes you think of it. Now, with the Eight of Pentacles, this is about honing your craft, and you may be working on something. Maybe you're really working on developing a skill and honing your craft in some way, of course. But this also can putting the time and devoting yourself to mastering skills as well. So maybe study and other such things could come up. Anything that is worth doing diligently with meticulous attention to detail. After you've put into practice everything you have learned, you will see the difference in your results. You will know when the time has come for you to take pride in a job well done. So I feel like you may be really focused on getting things right. Maybe there's a lot of organization as well that you're kind of invested in and getting things. It's like you're coming to a comfortable place, even perhaps in like work and things like that. By the way, so the fox here shows discernment, and it says here, she watches from the edge of things, edge of the woods, edge of night, edge of consciousness. She encourages your little one to watch, to wait, to use all of their senses and instincts to navigate their path. Fox reminds you that your thoughts are only one form of knowing, and often the least reliable. Your body and its intuitive senses are wise. It is always communicating to you as your surroundings. Fox guides you to trust yourself above all else, to develop the sharp instincts that lead you away from danger and toward thriving. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. When a situation feels unsafe, gift yourself the sacred pause and wait for the right answer to arise. Fox is guiding your little one into the powerful realm of discernment. Follow her. That's an interesting message. So, we've also got clarity here, number 9, and it says, a revelation and light being cast upon a situation will enable deeper understanding, and perhaps something you have been waiting for will be uncovered. You may need to work with greater accuracy and be more mindful of smaller details at the moment. I get that too with the Eight of Pentacles, really watching all the little details. You may find that you have a lot of those in the month ahead, that you have to kind of pay attention to everything. And but yes, it says here, protection of what you are sharing is also indicated. So don't show all of your hand just yet. Keep a little back for a while. And that may be true in showing discernment as well in how you are with others. Don't be afraid to hold back. And it doesn't mean that other people are unreliable but it may be good for you to keep your cards close to your heart. Sometimes too, when we talk about what we want to do, raise your hand if you've ever been like this, but do you ever feel like sometimes when you talk about a plan, it somehow doesn't manifest? I know I felt like that before, where I'm just like, dude, it seems like when I talk about something, it just doesn't happen for me. And it's like the plans that I just kind of do without saying anything, it's like those are the ones that tend to manifest for me. It's weird. Anyway, I don't know. Like I said, raise your hand in the comments below if that's happened to you. But that may be something that you need to focus on if you're working on a project. And sometimes maybe it's just as simple as like we talk more about it than we're actually doing. Who knows? But anyway, keep your eyes open for now, because you might just miss a very small but important detail. So detail oriented, and she's quilting, and quilting, by the way, is super, super detail oriented. I remember when I was the last quilt, oh my gosh, that I finished, well, it's the quilt that's on my sofa right now, but that particular one I remember posting on Instagram, and I was looking at the layout before I sewed it all together, and there was one mistake, and I even posted on Instagram and said find the mistake, and honestly not many people found it. And it was funny because I saw it. I think I'd actually even sewn it together at that point and I screwed up. Anyways, whatever. I think it was actually already sewn up together. And so I was like, oh shit. And I think I just left it that way because I was like, who cares? Like, I'm just like, whatever. Because no one even realized what it was. But it was like one was upside down in the pattern or something like that. Goofy. Anyway, but yeah, sometimes you have to do a lot of attention to detail with quilting, you know, if you do one sideways or what, it gets crazy. And so again, maybe that's like kind of your vibe. You've got to pay attention to detail in the month ahead. And it's not as a threat or a warning exactly. It's just, you know, it is what it is. So open. There is a new beginning on the horizon and the possibility of a lot of different energies coming together to make things happen. Cooperation is needed and you can play a pivotal role or hold the key to releasing the energy required. You actually might play a really big role in teamwork. You may be the one who gets shit done, or you pull everything together in a team, or, you know what I mean? And sometimes your fine eye for detail may be what brings that together. It's like when you notice the details and you follow through on them, so you cover your bases. You know what I'm saying? Okay. New ideas, inspirations, and creative solutions are forthcoming. Those who work in creative art fields will find this to be a very busy and fruitful time. So some of you might be very creative this month. And personal growth and enthusiasm are supported at the moment, and it could even be the time of birth in any form. So some of you may be starting something new. New projects, new ideas, etc. Maybe if you're like a songwriter, it's like you write a new song, or, you know, if you're a quilter, you start a new quilt, or whatever it may be. With leap of faith here, we have the guardian angel. And like I said, your guardian angel is going to be very present. So intuition, certainty, confidence, and risk. You are guided to take a leap of faith and make a significant change in your life. This feeling may be prompted by your intuition alone. There is no rational evidence to support what you feel in your heart. That is so freaking funny because of the fox. You remember how it said, don't trust your thoughts, trust your feeling, kind of? And that's what this is saying as well. It's like, don't think about logic, okay? Follow what you know you have to do. Nevertheless, your intuition is reliable and can be trusted. Your guardian angel encourages you to trust your heart and take the leap of faith you feel so strongly called to make. Do not ask those around you for their opinion. Holy smokes, that is exactly right. You remember how it said, like, keep your cards close to you? It's because other people may be naysayers. They may say, it doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't do this. If you're feeling drawn to do something, it's time to listen to you and you alone, okay? Don't tell anyone, because they may talk you out of it with logic. And you need to follow your gut. Okay. Anyway, wow, that's crazy. Okay. Or better yet, simply take the leap of faith you're called to make before others try to discourage you or stop you. Your guardian angel encourages you to go inward and pray for confidence and protection as you move ahead. Ask the universe to reassure you as you go forward. The changes you are considering will be the answer to your prayers. The leap that you make will open the door to your heart's desire. You are safe, and the only real risk you face right now is ignoring your intuition and doing nothing. Yeah, the risk is doing nothing. Okay? That's the risk, because then you don't get what you want. Okay? So anyway, let's get some T cards here too. So what's ahead? Someone new is entering your life. Oh, that's interesting with the Two of Cups. So yeah, you might have a new person coming in. Oh, look at that. We've got the guardian angel so strong and present. Look at protected from negative forces beyond your control. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, wealth is here. Finances could be strong. October here is as well. Now, of course, I'm recording this in April. October could show, you know, something ahead. Maybe you're thinking about autumn, fall, etc. Ooh, you're going to receive a gift. You may get a financial gift, even. Okay, so I got a lot of T cards here, so let's go through them. So again, someone new is entering your life. And with the Two of Cups here, it does feel like, yeah, you're open to someone new, and you may be getting to know somebody better, developing something there as well. Maybe for some of you, this could be romantic, of course, but keep in mind it can also represent friendship as well. I feel here that, you know, you are protected from things beyond your control. With the cracked cup, it says dissatisfaction with life. And there may be one aspect or one facet of your life, you know, not everything's always perfect. And there may be one particular area where you're feeling a bit, I want you to know though, that if something's dissatisfying you and you're just like, this is not what I want right now in this part of my life, do know that there's a protection around you. And there's a reason why these things are happening the way that they are, okay? Just have faith and trust in that. And know that, like, things will turn around and they will flow in a better direction. With wealth here, of course, money could be prominent. You may be building your wealth. Again, something could happen financially for you. We have you will receive a gift, so that's a beautiful message as well. So you might receive some sort of nice gift. I want to say monetary for a lot of you. I think a monetary gift could be coming your way. And we also have here obstacles to overcome, October. That's interesting. So, tricky, obstacles to overcome. So you might you might have some things that are kind of burdening you in the month, like things you have to kind of get done. But I do want to tell you there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It may be that sometimes it's like you don't always have the time that you want to. The cross can indicate burdens, things that are heavy, things you have to carry. And it may be like, oh, I've got so much to do. But I want to say that, I think that the sun will rise. Look at that. Both in these cards, the sun's coming up. So, like I said, I think the sun will rise on these issues, and you will find yourself getting over them. Remember, these are hills, not mountains. Hills are much easier to climb than a mountain. So you'll get through them. Temptation will test you. So sometimes you might feel a little bit more tempted towards things that are not gratifying. The clouds in particular are very passing energy. And so this might be like acting on like sort of whims that come at a moment's notice. Like today I went to Arby's and I was like, I ate my sandwich and I ate my fries, and then I was like, oh, I'm still hungry. I need to eat more fries. And I bought another fry anyway, because I really do like their curly fries. But anyway, the point is that like that was sort of temptation. Like that was just me being overindulgent. Like I do not need 2 things of fries. That's crazy. And I know better. And so if you know things are no good for you and you know it's just a passing fancy or it's just a passing whim, and like if you honestly would have just waited it out, your brain would have caught up that you're full and you would have been fine. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it will be like that, but there can be things like where you're feeling kind of confused about something, or it's like you do it in a whim and it's like let it pass, because you may find that you're not that tempted after 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Even if it's like, sometimes it's like with a whip here, it could be like asking for trouble. It's like, oh, I'm kind of like tempted to talk to this person, even though I know that there's total asshole and I shouldn't even bother with them. Have you ever had those people where you're just like, I know that they're no good, but I can't help it. I just want to debate with them or talk to them, or I don't know, whatever, prod the bear. And so just be careful of temptations, okay? As well too, it's like maybe it's like with the whip can be exercised, so it's almost like maybe you'll be tempted to, I don't know, overindulge in this. Like you got to catch up if you're trying to keep a diet or keep calories and stuff like that. You might have to like exercise more to get it done. But anyway, yeah. So watch out for temptation. I feel like things that are, like I said, just with the clouds, honestly, what I would tell you is just to like sleep on things or give it an ample amount of time. Like for instance, let's say like as that real example I kind of gave at Arby's. If you have a moment where you're like, oh, yeah, I want more food, like, why don't you leave Arby's, metaphorically maybe, and see what happens later and how you feel an hour later if you actually still are hungry. You know what I'm saying? And kind of keep that in regard to like different things. Like I said, it's metaphorical, so it may not be that specific thing, but it's like maybe you're like tempted to reach out to, like I said, to somebody, and it's like, do you really need to? Like, really? Or shorts, it's like maybe you click on one and maybe that you want to really click on that one because it has something interesting, but you don't need to go down like the rabbit hole of shorts where you watched 100 and wasted 20 minutes, so keep that in mind too, because it might be that you kind of get into something that's repetitive and it's like not even giving you information, it's just giving you bullshit clouds. It's like nothing. It's not actually enabling you to have a better existence. It's just sort of getting you through a moment or whatever. So like, again, I know some people that could be it. It could be a lot of different things, but hopefully I gave you some ideas. Now let's see your blessings. Okay, I'm going to get my blessing cards. Blessings for the month ahead for group number 4. Ooh. Holy smokes. Okay, hold on. One more. Ooh, okay, hold on. Okay, we have a sign from a past loved one. We have money. Your wealth increases. I told you Career, new opportunity in work. And fear. A fear is unfounded. Oh, I love it. I love it. So I think this is one of my favorite cards that I made, because I'm an anxious person sometimes, and I love when I find out that my fear was total crap and it wasn't even true. Isn't that a blessing? And so, yeah, one of the best blessings I think you can get is to find out that your fear is unfounded. So it's something that is going to come out in a way that you didn't expect. It's like, well, maybe you were expecting the worst, but it's not actually the worst. It's okay. And of course, money and career seem to be popping for you guys. There's some sort of blessings coming in that regard. And again, we have a sign from a past loved one. By the way, for some of you, one of your guardian angels could be a past loved one. Okay? So, and they're really looking out for you this month. So, with that being said, I will go ahead and end this reading for now. But I wish you a blessed and beautiful month ahead. And I just wish you all the very, very best. Okay? Take care of yourself and lots of love.